or selling your property.
That's right, and you can get that information from the tax appraisal district, but some real estate marketplace websites, they also have it. But hold on, before you go that route, a real estate expert is telling our Prashada Pope to hold up.
Yeah, some of those sites don't always have all the information you might need.
Looking to buy or sell a home? Those online real estate marketplaces like Zillow could help you get an idea as to how much a home is valued. This article, recently published by Zillow, reported 53% of U.S. homes lost value in the past year. This is based on Zillow's Zestimate tool. And according to that article, last year, 1.3% of the homes in the San Antonio metro area saw valuations drop by 5% or more below the price of what the home was last bought for. This year, the number of houses in the San Antonio area valued below what they last sold for is 4.5%. Veteran real estate expert Katie Ross says Zillow's conclusion doesn't have all the facts.
Zestimate is not necessarily always accurate. In Texas, we are a non-disclosure state. And what that means is that our prices are not reported to Zillow.
Ross is a chairperson for LIRA MLS, a real estate network that provides industry professionals access to multiple listing service or MLS data in several Texas regions.
They are using an algorithm to try to come up with what they believe the accurate value is. The resources that are online, they may work in other areas of the country, but Texas is our own country, and non-disclosure is a thing here.
Ross says other details need to be considered when it comes to home values.
They're not looking at the amenities of your home. So if you have a 3-car garage and your neighbor has a 2-car garage, they're not taking that into consideration. So a realtor will come through and they will look at the amenities of your particular property and try to compare it to other recent sales and give you a value that justifies the benefits of what your home offers.
Prashada Pope, KSAT 12 News.
It's not a nickname or a moniker that anybody wants, but San Antonio is known to some as the diabetic foot amputation capital of the world. Yeah.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
The winds are picking up this morning. They're going to be gusty for a time. We'll show you how strong those winds will be and when they'll end coming up.
More than $100 million were pledged to the victims of the Hill Country floods. The Community Foundation of the Texas Hill Country says more than half of that money has already been given out. But what happens to the rest? We're here asking those questions on GMSA.
Plus, a deadly hit and run near Old Highway 90. Next, the mother of the victim gives an emotional message to the suspect who remains on the run this morning. All right, good morning to everyone out there. We made it to Wednesday, one day left before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
I'm RJ Marquez.
And I am Daphne Gray. It's something to be thankful for if you're into the cooler temperatures, not so much the wind. This morning is more for you. We got meteorologist Justin Horn with our weather authority. Will the wind taper off? Because I can deal with the temperatures. The wind is just not my friend right now.
Your hair's not a fan.
Not at all.
Yeah, the winds will taper off, Jeff. We think that will happen later this afternoon, but right now we're seeing some gusts really starting to pick up, and I think winds will peak this morning. Let me take you outside. We've got clear skies. Interesting, on the drive in this morning, I could see some thunderstorms in the distance. You may even see a little bit of lightning if you look south. Those are storms down around Corpus Christi. They are moving away, and we've got clear skies here in San Antonio. 58 degrees right now, but it's that north wind at 16, and this is only going to increase here over the next couple of hours that you're really going to notice. 57 New Braunfels, 59 Converse, 54 right now in Bernie. So if you are out and about this morning, it may require a jacket. Gusts now being recorded up to 31 here in San Antonio, 32 Pleasanton. So these winds just within the last hour have really started to pick up. And as I said, I think we'll see some pretty gusty winds this morning, gusts anywhere from 30 to 35, maybe even up to the upper 30s when it comes to gusts. But these winds will start to subside midday, and by late this evening, you'll see those winds really start to calm, which will lead to some chilly temperatures as we get into Thanksgiving Day. So here's your day with the temperature 63 noontime, 66 2 o'clock, and eventually a high around 67. That is much colder than yesterday. We've got a strong front headed our way this weekend. That also brings some interesting weather. We'll talk more about that here in just a couple minutes.
A family this morning demanding to know what happened in a deadly hit and run on Old Highway 90. It's been a week since 31-year-old Andrew Reyna died, and San Antonio police are still investigating this case. We first told you about the story during GMSA last Wednesday. Here's what we've learned that happened. San Antonio police say that it was a white car that hit Reyna around 5:30 in the morning. After that crash, SAPD says that he was hit again by a second vehicle. The driver did stop and call 911. No arrests have been made in this case just yet, but that's why Andrew's mom is hoping information will come forward.
Turn yourself in to say something. This isn't just a dog you hit. This is a man that had one baby.
SAPD is still investigating this crash. You can submit a tip anonymously, though, to police if you know anything, and we have the way to do that at KSAT.com.
A former coach is now allowed to have supervised contact with minors after he was accused of secretly recording people undressing in his office. We're talking about 35-year-old Armando Flores, who used to work at Holy Cross High School, where these recordings allegedly took place. Now, yesterday, he was granted a change to his bond conditions. The changes would also allow him to have unsupervised visits with his daughter. Flores faces 2 counts of invasive visual recording after investigators found files that showed minors and adults on those recordings. He was released from jail in October and placed under partial house arrest.
The San Antonio water system is now reviewing dozens of complaints from homeowners who claim that their water bill skyrocketed after new meters were installed. Neighbors first started sounding the alarm online, saying their monthly charges jumped from about $36 to nearly $380. Those new meters went in back in March, and now homeowners want those answers. SAWS insists that the meters are working correctly and says that what homeowners are seeing is likely the real usage that older failing meters weren't capturing. The utility also says that leaks in pipes, fixtures, or appliances could be driving those higher bills. SAW is expected to follow up with more homeowners as the review continues, and that we'll be checking whether the utility plans any billing adjustments or inspections moving forward.
Well, this morning, the fight over the Guajalote Ranch development is far from over. Neighbors and their attorneys have now filed a 115-page motion challenging last month's wastewater permit for the Lennar Homes project. They're asking the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality to rehear the case and ultimately deny that permit. If TECQ doesn't respond within 30 days or so, the permit automatically stands, and the group says that they're prepared to take the next step and appeal in court. We will be tracking what the agency does and what it could mean for the future of that project.
Time right now, 5:05. I'm Patty Santos. Nearly 6 months after the July 4th floods, families in Kirk County are still trying to get back on their feet. What avenue they're hoping would help out is the Community Foundation of the Texas Hill Country. Now, through donations from across the state and country and all around the world, the foundation raised $100 million. But families have told us they don't feel those funds are being distributed fast enough. So we are tracking where some of that money has gone and what funds remain.
The Community Foundation of the Texas Hill Country says it's given or promised away $58 million in flood recovery. Here's the breakdown according to their website. $9.3 million has gone to supporting housing. That includes rentals, case management, and home construction. More than $4 million has been given to 12 groups, mostly churches, to financially help flood victims. $3.8 million went to businesses through local chambers. Money has also gone to support counseling and first responders. We did the math, and there's still money left to distribute. The Community Foundation says about $42 million. People still need it. Just yesterday, we told you the story of the Colliers who say they're still short on money to be able to move into their home. And last week, we spoke with a business owner who says money is not being distributed fast enough through the Community Foundation.
We have received a lot of the funding that we have received through the chambers has been from the Community Foundation. And that's, I mean, that we wouldn't be where we are today without that. But you can't stop. You've got to finish until the job's done.
I sat down with Jane Zirkle, who says money is going out weekly. Their committee is assessing needs now and trying to figure out a plan for needs in the future as well.
So is there a strategic plan right now to withhold or pause some of the funding?
Our advisory councils are meeting bi-weekly. They're assessing new proposals and new ideas as they come to us from different parts of the community, so that we know for sure that every need that we can meet, we're considering so that we can allocate funds to that need.
She says recovery happens a lot slower than everyone wishes it would.
And the Community Foundation says part of the funding is going to be going towards river recovery. Remember, the Guadalupe is a big part of the tourism industry in that area. We're going to continue to track these funds. RJ?
Thank you very much, Patty. Well, the state of Texas is finalizing the rules for the private school voucher program. Preschoolers now qualify for the full $10,300, fixing some earlier confusion on this. Now, private schools in the disability program can apply December 9th, with others that can follow soon after. Families can start also applying February 4th for funds to help with tuition and school costs. Now, kids with disabilities may get up to $30,000 in vouchers, and homeschoolers qualify for $2,000. Well, this morning, the FBI and the Department of Justice are checking to see if more of the Jeffrey Epstein files can be released before the December 19th deadline. Attorney General Pam Bondi says that new material does exist. FBI Director Kash Patel says that court protective orders and the Epstein estate's refusal to share, though, could limit what comes out.
FBI is still now trying to schedule interviews with the 6 Democratic members of Congress who appeared in the video urging U.S. troops not to follow illegal orders. Sources say that the Bureau is doing this on behalf of the Justice Department, but it's still unclear when those interviews will actually happen, especially with the Thanksgiving holiday coming up. One of the lawmakers, Senator Elisa Stalkin, says that the FBI's counterterrorism division even appeared to open an inquiry into her. And this all lands as the Pentagon launches its own thorough review into Senator Mark Kelly, who was also in that video. President Donald Trump says that there's progress on a possible peace plan between Russia and Ukraine. Now he's floating the idea of Jared Kushner joining Special Envoy Steve Witkoff on the trip to Moscow next week to meet with President Putin. On the question of Ukraine giving up land, the president hinted there could be swaps on both sides, but said that the whole situation is still very complicated.
All right, 5:09, let's give you your first update at your traffic authority, and things are looking pretty good out there. Kind of figured that as we get it closer to the Thanksgiving holiday. Quick check of 37 at South Cross. Let's give you a look at our citywide map, show you exactly what's going on here. Basically, the northeast side of town, ongoing construction, 35 south headed Fruit 2410. That's going to be over by Weidner Randolph Boulevard, and a little bit further up the road as well. We do have some construction outside 64 for all of our 1604, excuse me, for all of our drivers coming down from the Selma Cibolo Shirts area. So we will continue to keep an eye on the roads. Also coming up, give you your Thanksgiving travel day forecast coming up in just a bit. Justin.
Thanks, sir. We go outside with Light Cam 510, 58 degrees, a windy, colder morning. If you're doing some traveling today, you won't really find many issues across the state other than some showers and storms down in the valley. Temperatures, though, as a whole, colder here across the state, and we're going to get colder even more so as we get into the weekend. We'll show you that forecast coming up.
If you're going shopping around San Antonio, you'll really want to know this. Which popular shopping centers in Bexar County experience more car break-ins? That's next.
Plus, YouTube testing out something new with its homepage, and Kraft is supersizing comfort food with a 65-inch mac and cheese box. Wait till you see what's inside.
5:14, welcome back. So as shopping holiday ramps up, of course, everybody's shopping for their loved ones. More people are hitting the stores, but get this, thieves are getting to work. And that's why our digital team here at KSAT made this interactive map for you, showing the car break-ins at the different shopping centers. So just to give you an example of what to expect, check this out. If you were to go to one of these maps, you zoom in this center area right here, this is where the quarry is located. If you zoomed in, you can kind of see specifically the different numbers that take place there. You can can even click on one to get the specifics behind what time that burglary took place, what time of day it happened, and how it's being investigated. If you go on up, we got other big shopping areas, systems as well. We have the Rim taking place up here. That's also another big area that has been hit hard. And then the shops at La Cantera is another big area that has been hit hard as well. So again, these are just areas that you can check. Just a little example of what this full interactive map shows that, again, you can check it out on our website at KSAT.com. But first and foremost, we got John Paul Barajas telling us what happened at these specific spots.
The Christmas shopping season is just getting started, and soon enough, shopping center parking lots will be full of vacant cars and unwanted attention.
What goes through your head when you know that this time of year people are shopping for themselves or shopping for loved ones, and this is when sometimes criminals try and take advantage of people not being aware or just being in a rush?
Oh, that's just kind of sad. You know, tragic all around. Obviously don't want anybody to have any of their stuff stolen, especially, you know, some people may not have the money to replace what was stolen.
KSAT's digital team created this interactive map using data from the LexisNexis Community Crime Map to track car burglaries or car break-ins at popular shopping destinations like the Rim, South Park Mall, and the Quarry, just to name a few.
I always take my personal belongings anywhere that I go shop because I lock my truck, but I know I usually don't carry anything there.
From the start of the year to November 20th, the Rim saw 63 car burglaries in total. The map also breaks down which signs or spots are most targeted, showing 19 break-ins near the Palladium Theater.
And that's always concerning. That's always sad to hear, you know, things like that are happening. And hopefully, you know, I guess SAPD is trying to find those people who are doing it.
Looking at the total number of car burglaries at some of our most popular spots from the same time range, South Park Mall had 35, the Village at Stone Oak had 31, the Quarry 26, and River Center Mall 18.
It's Christmas, it's family time, and to ruin that, it's not great.
San Antonio police recommend the basics. Lock your car, don't leave valuables in the car, and don't leave bags or backpacks in plain sight. You can also find this interactive map on KSAT.com. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
All right, interesting stuff there from JP. While the San Antonio National Cemetery is rallying our community to place remembrance wreaths on 162,000 veterans' graves at Fort Sam Houston this December. Each wreath is a symbol of courage, love, and sacrifice.
And for just $17, you can join the proud tradition of Wreaths Across America and support those local veteran groups. Laying of the wreaths will take place on December the 13th.
All right, yes, we are getting ready for Thanksgiving, and that's exactly what the roads look like right now, with the exception of this ongoing construction taking place here. This is going to be 35 over by Wiedner Road. You see we got slow-moving traffic, about 20 to 25 mile per hour traffic making its way through this one stretch. This is south of Topperwine Road, right before we get to the 410-35 interchange. So, unfortunately, we are seeing a little bit of backup there. Not too bad, not as bad as what we saw yesterday. It's a little bit of backup, a little bit further up here. This is over by Selma, the FM 3009 area as you head over to Schertz, but we will continue to monitor everything when it comes to your roads. Let's give you an update now on this TxDOT Thanksgiving travel forecast. So this is basically what they call it. And we're going to start here with the I-10 corridor. And basically it's going to be for all of our folks headed out to El Paso. Shout out to the 915 where I'm from. Also, but mostly it's going to be the Houston area that I think is going to see the busiest traffic here. So Wednesday, we're going to see a lot of traffic today, starting at 11 o'clock in the morning, basically to 7. All this traffic that's going to be making its way from Seguin, Luling, Gonzales. You're going to see some heavy traffic there. Now tomorrow, light traffic. That's kind of expected. Friday as well. Saturday, we're going to be back to moderate traffic, specifically to and from the Houston area. And Sunday is going to be very heavy traffic, basically from the hours of noon to 7 p.m. Again, more concentrated in the Houston area, not as concentrated for all of our folks that are making their way on 10, headed over to parts of the Hill Country, Kerrville. And again, if you are headed out to El Paso. But again, this is some information from TxDOT as they do take a look at the Thanksgiving travel day forecast. All right, let's check in with our Weather Authority meteorologist. Speaking of forecast, Justin Horn for the very latest out there. Justin?
Well, RJ, if you're hitting the roads this morning, it is going to be a little windy. We've got gusts now close to 30 miles per hour. They've been waffling right around that 30 mile per hour range for gusts. Sustained winds are more on the order of 10 to 15, but windy nonetheless. And that goes for the entire viewing area. So how strong will winds get? Well, we could see gusts up to, I think, 35. This is 39. I don't know if it gets that strong, but gusty for sure through the morning hours. By midday, you'll see the gusts drop off to about 20, 25, and then by this evening, gusts will be much lower, and winds themselves will be much lower. So it's kind of a first half of the day thing, but do know it'll be windy to start your Wednesday. Here's a look at the satellite picture, and I was mentioning driving into work this morning, I could see some of these storms in the distance. You could see some of the lightning strokes. Those storms are starting to calm down a little bit, but if you are headed south towards Corpus Christi, maybe Rockport this morning, you are actually going to run into some rain. The cloud cover ends about right there, so most of our viewing area is clear, but there are storms ongoing down there to our south. Those will continue to push south, by the way. Outside, yes, clear skies, 58 degrees, 57 in New Braunfels, 59 Converse. So a chilly morning. And high temperatures today will not be 84. We'll be in the upper 60s for the most part here around San Antonio. So again, much cooler than yesterday. And same story for tomorrow, 66. We will get some clouds increasing late in the day, but your Thanksgiving is going to be great, as we've been saying. 43 to start, 62 noontime, and 66 for high for tomorrow. Hey, don't forget on Friday, big game. A&M travels to Austin for the Lone Star Showdown. What's the forecast for that game? Cloudy skies, small chance of a shower, but generally pretty good football weather. Temperatures in the 60s. There will be a lot of TVs in Texas tuned into that game Friday night at 6:30. Then we get into the weekend. I think Friday night going into Saturday morning, we're going to see some fog and drizzle, some showers during the day on Saturday. Know that Saturday is going to be sort of a damp day. Then we get a strong cold front Sunday or Saturday night, and that means Sunday will be much colder and windy. 55 and mostly cloudy on Sunday, as a lot of people will be traveling home on that day. Just know it'll be very, very windy. Monday could be our coldest day of all, 49, with a chance of showers. So as we head back to work and school Monday, it's not going to be so pleasant. It does warm up thereafter. All right, our Just Ask Justin question this morning has to do with turkeys again, because I'm infatuated with turkeys. But which feature on a turkey helps to regulate its body temperature and shows changes in mood? Is it tail feathers, the wattle, the beak, or the beard feathers?
Is the wattle the little gooey thing?
On their neck.
Oh, I thought it was on their little nose.
That's called a, what's the snood?
Oh.
Oh.
Ugh. Okay.
Not a beak?
Here we go. 5:21 right now. 58 degrees outside.
I don't know what just happened there. All right, move over. Big screen deals. Up next, Kraft just dropped a 65-inch mac and cheese box.
In today's Tech Bites, the partnership contract that launched Apple is now expected to fetch as much as $4 million at auction. It was signed by Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak in 1976, giving them stakes of 45% each. The other 10% went to an engineer who sold it days later for just $800. Some YouTube users will now see an option called Your Custom Feed next to their standard Home tab. It's a feature being tested, allowing you to enter prompts about what videos you'd like to see more or less of. No word how long the test will last. And who needs a big screen TV when you can have a box of mac and cheese that's just as big? Kraft's Mac Friday box is 65 inches wide and holds 65 individual servings of mac and cheese. It goes on sale Friday through Walmart's website for under $20. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Sophie Flay.
All right. I do love me some Kraft mac and cheese, but I don't think I can do that.
I was like, I don't know about that big. 5:25 right now, 58 degrees outside.
All right, an unsolved deadly shooting nears its anniversary ahead on Thanksgiving. Up next, why SAPD has yet to bring closure to this case.
Welcome back. Coming up on 5:30 right now, 58 degrees the day before Thanksgiving.
All right, yes, I know a lot of preps are being made right now, a lot of good food that's going to be getting on the dinner table. Well, first of all, we need to check on the weather, Justin, because it got a little bit windy this morning.
It did. Yesterday, by the way, we did get just 2 degrees shy of the record, all the way up to 84. Today will be very different. Gusty winds, we're feeling that this morning. It's cold front that's coming through, and that also means we'll be about 15 to 20 degrees cooler, which normally would mean it's going to be cold, but not in this case, because we were in the 80s yesterday. Now we cool back down to more average temperatures. It actually will not be bad today. And then Thanksgiving will also be comfortable. Highs will be in the 60s, no issues there. But it is the weekend where things really do start to change. We get a damp Saturday and then a strong cold front Saturday night, which means colder temperatures on Sunday. We want to make sure everyone's prepared for that, because obviously the Sunday's a big travel day. 58 degrees right now, 61 in Port SA, 53 Bernie, 57 Helotes, 55 Canyon Lakes. You can see the cooler air is kind of slowly oozing its way here in San Antonio, and I think temperatures will fall a few more degrees this morning. morning before it's all said and done, maybe into the mid-50s. But the winds will be the big story for now. Gusts 30 to 35, 61 at 11 a.m., 63 noontime, clear skies, and then pretty comfortable this afternoon with a high temperature right around 67. This front, this strong cold front that moves through Saturday night, we're going to time it out, talk about what this means for temperatures, especially when we get into next week. It's going to get cold. We'll show you the numbers here in just a bit.
San Antonio police are hoping this newly released video will help them find the vehicle connected to a deadly shooting that happened back on Thanksgiving Day in 2021. SAPD believes that the suspects in that shooting were in the white four-door car, and they say that someone in the car started shooting at a house on Sunrise Creek near Benzingelman Road. Now, 3 siblings were killed in that shooting. Charles Wolford and Eugene Hodge died that day, but Shanobea Wolford was left paralyzed and died from complications in June of 2022. If you know anything that can help police solve this crime and bring justice for the family, you're asked to call the Crime Stoppers at 210-224-STOP. We also now have new video that shows the moment a 9-year-old moved a vehicle and spun it out of control earlier this month on the west side.
So we want to warn you, this video may be disturbing for some of you out there, some of our viewers, but back on November 9th, Bexar County Sheriff's deputies found out that a woman had asked that 9-year-old to move the vehicle out of the driveway as they were decorating the yard for Christmas. So here's some of that video right there. The doorbell video shows a silver sedan. You're going to see it come onto your screen here in just a bit. You see it there backing up and spinning as the driver's side door opens and that child falls out while the sedan crashes into a neighbor's truck.
The child's mother said that the child suffered serious injuries, including deep cuts and road rash, and has undergone multiple surgeries since the crash. A new arrest could uncover a string of mail thefts in the area. San Antonio police arrested Aaron Ledger after a burglary call this week near 1604 in Redland Road. Officers spotted a vehicle matching the report and conducted a traffic stop. Inside, they found a bag filled with stolen mail and tools. Ledger, who had active warrants, is now facing first-degree felony mail theft charges.
5:32 this morning. Well, check this out. Stormy weather, you see right there, shaping up to be a major spoiler in the Thanksgiving travel rush. Winter alerts stretch from the Dakotas through Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan, where more than half of a foot of snow and wind gusts topping 60 miles per hour could make travel dangerous through this Wednesday or through today. That snow shifts into the Michigan area by this afternoon. Then a lake effect blast builds over the eastern Great Lakes into Thanksgiving Day. And on the East Coast, the rain is finally starting to wrap up, but a lingering few showers, though, could slow things down Wednesday evening, again later on tonight. Well, Campbell is getting sued. You remember this right here. A former employee is accusing a high-ranking executive of making offensive comments about Campbell's products and its workers. Robert Garza says that he secretly recorded a meeting where executive Martin Bally is heard calling Campbell's food highly processed food for poor people. Garza also claims that Bally made racist remarks about Indian employees and says that he was fired in January after reporting the comments to his manager. The company confirms that Bally is now on temporary leave while an investigation is now underway. Okay, we got some big changes coming to Texas DMVs that could affect thousands of drivers. Starting immediately, anyone registering or renewing a vehicle must show specific photo identification like a driver's license, passport, or military ID, or a certain federal IDs. Lawmakers like Representative Brian Harrison pushed for stricter rules, but critics warn that the sudden change could prevent undocumented Texans from legally owning a vehicle. So again, we're following how local offices are handling this shift and what it means for drivers across the state. All right, let's talk some Spurs here tonight. On the day before Thanksgiving, our San Antonio Spurs will continue the road trip in the West Coast as they take on the Portland Trail Blazers. So it's been a little bit of a rough season for Portland. You may remember the biggest news was that their head coach, Chauncey Billups, was arrested in that federal investigation that involved alleged rigged poker games and the mafia. Well, since then, check this out. Former Spur Tiago Splitter has been coaching the Portland Trail Blazers. They're 8-10 this season, but have won 2 of their last 3 games. So let's check out the schedule. Spurs take on the Trailblazers tonight at 9 o'clock. Again, late start in Portland. Friday, the Spurs are in the Mile High City, Denver, and Sunday they travel to Minnesota.
All right, so we've now been shaking it like a Polaroid picture for more than 7 decades. But today has officially been 77 years since the first instant camera went on sale. On this day back on 1948, the Land camera was first offered at Jordan Marsh department store in Boston for around $90. But did you know, though, despite Outkast's advice where to shake it, you know the song, shake it like a Polaroid picture, you should not actually shake the photos. Doing so can cause them to distort. Digital killed instant cameras for a while, but they're back and you can buy them today. Just do not shake the pictures. Also here at home, country music fans, listen up. We got country superstar Zach Bryan is bringing his With Heaven on tour to the Alamo City. Bryan will be joined by special guests Camp and Junior Carroll on March 21st at the Alamo Dome. Pre-sale tickets go on sale December 3rd, and tickets for the general public go on sale December the 5th.
All right, yes, that's a pretty big concert announcement there. We also have Guns N' Roses coming next September, so going to have to wait a little bit, but some pretty cool stuff headed over to the Alamo Dome. Let's give you an update on the traffic situation against 98 Lackland. No major issues there. 35 Nogalitos traffic is moving along. Still ongoing construction over the downtown area, but things are moving along over there, over by Cesar Chavez, South Alamo Streets. No major issues for all of our folks. Another quick look there at the downtown area. Let's give you a look at our citywide map and to kind of show you what we're looking at across the parts of San Antonio. And basically, it is the day before Thanksgiving traffic. We're not seeing too much out there with the exception of the northeast side of town. Unfortunately, still dealing with some overnight construction taking place here. 2 separate areas. It's going to be 35 South right here, Weidner Road. We're looking at about 15 to 20 miles per hour for all of our drivers that are making their way again south. This is past Topper Wine, headed over to 410-35. Just a lot of work that's being done there as we get set for the Thanksgiving holiday. But again, TxDOT did tell us yesterday that there will be no major closures throughout tomorrow through the rest of the weekend. So that is good news. We do have ongoing construction also taking place a little bit further on the northeast side of town for all of our folks over in the Selma area, but traffic is moving a little bit better than what we're seeing here right now. Okay, so coming up during our next traffic hit, we showed you earlier what the traffic was going to be like on I-10 over the next couple of days. We're going to talk about I-35 coming up in just a little bit. Justin?
Thank you, sir. That's on with Live Cam. It is 58 degrees, and we've got mostly clear skies here in San Antonio. If you're like me and haven't decorated for Christmas yet, it's okay. We haven't even got to Thanksgiving yet. We're going to lay out when we think the best days will be. If you're going to get out in the garden and decorate, we'll show them to you coming up.
Building your own business ain't easy, but hey, what better place than San Antonio? Coming up on GMSA, all the free help there is in town and finding out how to get that funding.
All right, we're almost there. Thanksgiving is upon us. We're going to get some gusty winds today, some cooler weather over the next couple days, but cooler yet this weekend. A strong cold front on Sunday. We're starting to get some clarity on that forecast. We'll break it down. Coming up.
Good morning, San Antonio. I'm Devin Karp asking you, have you ever wanted to be your own boss, start your own business? Well, it's not a process that's easy by any means. But the good thing is you don't have to do it alone here in San Antonio, thanks to several of the free resources that are right around town. You just have to have the time and help you find the money to make it happen. Small businesses in San Antonio are everywhere, whether it's the food you're eating, the tech you're using every day, or the local shops you might be looking for at some family Christmas presents. There's a large startup culture in town with plenty of free resources for anyone who wants to make that leap themselves. Now, anyone working at a startup will tell you it's not easy, but with places like Launch SA, a free spot to pitch your work, get legal help, mentorship, and one-on-one training, along with places like Geekdom, Prosper West, Sage, and others, it can be incredibly fulfilling to see your idea grow into something meaningful, these entrepreneurs who did it say.
I'm excited to get more help. I wasn't aware of this resource that is free to the community. So once I learned about it, I definitely wanted to jump ship and take a part of it.
I can't think of anything that has produced so much growth and learning in my life as doing a startup, building it from the ground up. So 10 out of 10.
We're going to break down everything it takes to start your business, then share some of the other ways you can get one-on-one help for free. Right now, if you go to KSAT.com, you can see this article and not to mention the link where you can find applications to get some of those permit fees waived with the city of San Antonio if you're starting a small business, and thousands of dollars in grant money that's out there waiting for a good idea. Sending it back to you all, Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
Awesome resources right there, Devin. And if you looked at Devin's shot, obviously it's windy. His hair was all blowing around like Rapunzel, but that background also was a little sparkly.
There was a little bit of lightning there in the background. We are not seeing any storms here, but those storms, because the skies are so clear here, we can see the storms that are down near Corpus Christi, and there's a little bit of lightning on the distance, so pretty cool stuff.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah, guys, you guys mentioned the wind. Definitely something to keep in mind if you're about to step outside right now. Take a look at your traffic authority and check this out. Do not like to see this the day before Thanksgiving, and again, ongoing construction here. 35 at Schertz Parkway. This is going to be south of FM 3009 over here in the Selma area, south of 3009 and Roy Richard Drive. So take a look. Slow going here as we continue to deal with this ongoing construction project taking place from 35 all the way to 410. We're basically down to one lane right there, one main lane. So give yourself about 20-25 extra minutes. Unfortunately, still seeing a lot of vehicles out there during this time of morning. Hoping that some folks maybe had some time off or just a little bit of time off from work just to kind of avoid some of the activity we're seeing here. A little bit further south, though, things are, again, slow going here as well. Over this is going to be 35 Wiener Road. So, again, two different traffic trouble spots for us on your Wednesday morning commute if you're about to step outside. Everything is mostly concentrated on the northeast side right now. Okay, so we showed you earlier the I-10 Thanksgiving travel forecast. Here's a look at the 35 corridor, and specifically for all of our folks that are going to be making their way from the San Antonio area up to Austin, past Austin, if you're headed up to Waco or any parts of Dallas-Fort Worth, we're going to have some pretty heavy traffic later on today, 11 to 8 p.m. It's going to be this time frame that we're going to see the most traffic through this parts of 35. Tomorrow going to be light traffic. Friday moderate, not too bad, but mostly 11 to 8 p.m. and mostly because we're going to see some pretty heavy traffic over by the UT A&M game. That's going to take place at 6:30 kickoff, but my guess is that we're going to have a lot of folks making their way from the San Antonio area up there a little bit earlier. So things are going to be very busy on 35. Now over the weekend, we're going to go from moderate to heavy again on Sunday. Basically up and down 35 is going to be a bit of a mess Sunday from 11 in the morning to 7 p.m. Just give yourself enough time. Try and leave early if you can, if at all possible, to try and avoid some of the traffic that we're going to be seeing on 35. All right, let's head over to our KSAT Weather Authority meteorologist, Justin Horn. And Justin, we saw, yes, Devin's hair was kind of blowing a little bit there due to some of the wind we're seeing out there.
It's a little windy. Let me see a show of hands here in the studio. Who has done their Christmas decorating?
Homie! I went to bed at 9 p.m. last night doing it.
You like all the outdoor stuff?
Oh, you mean?
I took down the tree.
I didn't do that.
About the extent of it. So.
We're going to wait till December for that one.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're like me, you haven't done it yet. So we thought we'd give you an outdoor decorating forecast here if you plan to go out and do some of that. Today it'll be windy, so I would say it's okay. I mean, it's we're not telling you what to do. We're just letting you know that the weather's okay today if you want to do some decorating. Tomorrow will be perfect. Obviously, it's Thanksgiving. A lot of people are not going to want to get outdoors and do that, but if you so choose, looks good tomorrow. Friday is okay too, other than it will be cloudy and cool. The one day we're kind of saying it's probably not so great to do decorating. It's probably a day people had designated for decorating is Saturday. It'll be damp and drizzly, 60s. Not the best conditions. Sunday's not great either because it will be windy and much colder. So just a little bit of a forecast for you if that is in your plans. Outdoor right now, we've got clear skies, 58 degrees at the airport, 57 New Braunfels, 59 Converse. And as I mentioned, if you look south, you can see some lightning strikes in the distance, but those are hundreds of miles away. They are down near Corpus Christi. Visibility is so good, though, we can see some of those storms way off in the distance. We're not going to worry about any rain here, but we will worry about some gusty winds, gusting 30 to 35 this morning. Now, by noontime, those winds will start to subside, and by 2 o'clock, we're at 66, a high temperature today of 67. Can't draw it up any better than that. Other than those winds in the morning, today will be a pretty nice day. What about travel trouble spots if you are flying out today? Down in the valley, there will be some showers and storms, and then it's mainly the East Coast here where we're going to run into some issues from Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Raleigh to Jacksonville. But even then, we're just talking about showers. Now, there is going to be snow around Chicago and Minneapolis. That could cause some travel delays and the domino effect. And then there may be some snow up across parts of Montana with some rain in Seattle, but the rest of the country looks good. Our rain chances, they peak on Saturday. We're going to see showers, drizzle, just kind of a damp day Saturday. And then we'll have a few more chances on Monday. So that's when our next rain chances will be if you do plan to travel either one of those days. I'm going to show you Saturday. These are high temperatures Saturday. There's our cold front, much colder in the Panhandle. We'll still be in the 70s. That's when we're seeing damp, drizzly conditions. But then Sunday is where we see the big difference. 55, that front comes through, and most of the state will be dealing with chilly weather. All right, to put it all together for you, 60 Friday, cloudy, drizzly, foggy Saturday morning, high temperature of 70. We'll see a 55 Sunday, gusty winds behind that front, and some lingering rain showers on Monday, but cold, 49 for a high as we head back to work and school. All right, our Just Ask Justin question this morning has to do with the turkey. And I was told by our director that if you have chickens, you probably know the answer to this as well. Which feature on a turkey helps it regulate body temperature and shows changes in mood? Is it tail feathers, shake your tail feather, wattle, beak, or beard feathers? Right now, wattle is leading the way. Go to ksat.com/polls, scan the QR code. That answer in 1 hour.
A turkey ain't got no beard. Right?
It's got that gobble gobble.
It's got the little feathers
Little
right
fuzzies? I don't think that can do anything.
Turkey neck.
You can eat those. Okay, here we go. 5:51, 58 degrees outside.
Well, if your kids or someone you know plays the popular online game Roblox, up next there are some important new security features that you really need to be aware of.
5:54 right now. If your kids are sitting around this holiday playing Roblox to pass the time by, there is a new safety feature that you need to know about.
That's right. KSAT anchor Courtney Friedman shows us some of these new parental controls.
Roblox is a popular social gaming platform where 40% of its 84 million users are under 13 years old. Many families play together and love the app, but other parents are sounding an alarm.
We have filed about 15 cases across the country in federal and state court. Child has been identified, targeted, and groomed on the Roblox platform.
Attorney Alexandra Walsh says those kids have either been sexually exploited or even physically assaulted, like a girl in Galveston. Our story back in February mentioned new parental controls built into Roblox.
Well, if the age restrictions in here are under 13, then I cannot chat directly with any of these other players.
Do you think that was enough?
No, absolutely not. And children continue to be preyed upon on this platform.
So just last week, Roblox rolled out a new age verification tool.
So to chat with people on the app, you either need to submit a government form of ID or let an AI program scan your face and verify your age.
Sort of turn your head from side to side to show that you're really live and in front of the camera. The model will estimate your age, and then we'll get rid of that data immediately.
Roblox Senior Director of Product Policy, Eliza Jacobs, says that age determines who you'll be allowed to chat with.
Think of like middle schoolers can talk to middle schoolers, elementary schoolers can talk to elementary schoolers. Who would they be on the playground with?
Too little, and it is far too late.
Walsh believes predators will use other AI programs to trick the age verification technology.
So what do you think the answer is?
There are technologies which could be used to alert a parent anytime their child is being approached by someone else and prevent that interaction until the parent is notified and approves it.
How do you stay ahead of predators who are constantly trying to infiltrate?
We have a large trust and safety team, thousands of people on the team that are working day and night to prevent that kind of harm on the platform.
Parents who do allow their kids on Roblox are encouraged to set up their own account, link it to their kids, set parental controls, and make sure the age is set correctly. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
All right, yes, definitely some changes from when I was growing up and how to play video games out there. All right, coming up, San Antonio gas prices are dropping fast, right in time for Thanksgiving travel, but this price dip will not last long. We're going to give you some new warnings from Gas Buddy and the station's cutting prices again today. That is coming up.